You hear that? When you hear the G chord, see how full it sounds? Live. Listen. One more time without the chorus. Let's add the Randy Rhoads chorus. Turn it back on. Low cut is at 50 and my high cut is at flat. Remember, without the EQ. That sounds, no Randy Rhoads there, but want to hear it like flying high again? Everybody, welcome back to the Headbangers Hideout. I'm Tony. If you haven't already, click subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you do know I give you the best of 80s rock, heavy metal, glam, hair metal, 24/7. I upload videos every single day, 7 days a week, 360. Anyways. Welcome back, everybody. Today's featured guitar tone lesson patch is going to be Randy Rhoads from Flying High Again. This is from 1981, I believe, from the Diary of a Madman. Blizzard of Oz was 1980, and Diary of a Madman was 81. So this, I just call it Flying High Again, 81, 82. Call it whatever you want to. I got this tone. There is an isolated Flying High Again Randy Rhoads guitar tone already on YouTube. So I basically did my best to tweak my settings, tweak my amp, and to get the closest I could. And when you play along with it, I'm tuning a standard E flat. It is almost exactly spot on. Now, obviously, I'm not using his equipment, but I'm using the Boss eBAND JS-10, which has the Boss GT100 effects processor built into it. Alright, if you haven't already, again, click subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to jam along, just noodle around some Flying High Again passages. I don't know the song, so don't come for me, but just so you can hear the rhythm and the tone. And I'm going to give you all these screenshots of all the settings. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, or requests, leave them below. I'll get to all your requests as soon as possible. Also, someone, I forgot your name, asked me to upload the guitar tones for Icon, the heavy metal band Icon from 1984, Danger Calling. And I have that tone in my other eBAND, so I'll be recording that tone this week, and you'll get that tone any day. So look for the Randy Rhoads Flying High Again tone now, and then within the next day or two, look for the icon guitar tone patch of Danger Calling. You want to hear what that sounds like? Go ahead and look at my channel, type in icon, and you'll hear the guitar tone patch that I haven't uploaded yet, but I'm going to give it to you. Alright, so real quick, look at the screen, and whenever you have effects, Line 6 Helix, Line 6 Pod, any of your Fractal Audio Axe Effects 8 or 1, 2, 3, Guitar Rig 5 or 6, stop boxes, whatever, I will get you there in the vicinity. I have pretty much every effect that you need to create tones. My tones are not exact. I don't claim to be the best out there. I enjoy creating tones, and so basically my philosophy is, if you like my tones, go ahead and dial them in as close as you can based on my settings, and then if you can make them better, by all means make them better. You may want to add more gain, take off gain, add more reverb or delay or chorus, whatever I have. You may have different pickups than I do and whatnot. So go ahead and lock in the settings that I have, and then from there use your ear to make it sound better, because we all hear things differently. So you may not hear things the way I hear it, and vice versa. But by all means, these tones are free, they're yours. Rename them however you want to. I love sharing tones, I love creating these tones. Alright, so let's get to the Randy Rhoads Flying High Again Diary of a Madman tone. And real quick, I have another guitar tone from that album. I think it's from that album. It's called Steal Away the Night. I don't know if that's from the first album or the second album, I forget. But Steal Away the Night, that's a different guitar tone. And then I have a clean guitar tone from Randy Rhoads with the Quiet Riot era. So that would be from 77, 79 era. I have a clean guitar tone from that era. So there's two more Randy Rhoads tone patches coming. And then the icon guitar tone of Danger Calling. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin. The amp I'm using, let's go ahead and go in here. Real fast, I'm using an amp. Oops. What I did was, obviously I think he double tracks, or he double tracked a lot of his rhythms and leads, whatnot, and that's just the way how he recorded it. I don't double track, but I was able to emulate a delay tone to simulate double tracking. And again, there's an isolated guitar tone or isolated guitar track of Randy Rhoads Flying High Again. It's already uploaded somewhere out there. Look it up and then jam along with it. You'll hear the similarities. And you'll notice that this tone is very trebly, very brittle, very distorted, but I love it. Alright, so no more talking. Again, I'm using an amp, no compressor. I do have overdrive distortion. I have a noise gate. I do have EQ. A lot of my tone is from the EQ. I do have chorus. Yes, there's a chorus here. So let's go ahead and begin. Alright, now the amp is the same amp I use for the Randy Rhoads Live 81, and which is a Stat Crunch. Now this is an amp by Boss for Boss, and they called it Stat Crunch. It doesn't emulate anything, but the way they describe a Stat Crunch amp is an original 4x12 stacked amp. So any 4x12 amp stacked is what you want to use, and it's similar to and yeah, so basically a 4x12 crunch amp, and my gain is at 100. My gain goes to 120. Your gain may go from 1 to 10. So if that's your max, hit your max at 10. Mine's at 100. I could have gone to 120, but I'm at 100. So you want to put your gain up at max. I love that. And then my effect level for this, for the amp, is at 46, right? There is my settings. My bass is at 43, middle is at 50, treble at 56, and presence is at 30. All right, what's next? My T comp for this is at 0. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. It won't affect your tone. It just happens to be in my menu selection. So I have my T comp on at 0. What's next in the chain? But I have, look really fast, I have no compressor, so you're going to want to turn your compressor off or don't use it. All right. What's next? I do have overdrive distortions. Now these are all my overdrive distortion pedals. These are all Boss, and some of them emulate the MXR. They emulate other Boss pedals, and they emulate the Tube Screamer and whatnot, and then the fuzz bass and fuzz tone and all that stuff. For this tone, I'm using a clean boost, a Boss clean boost overdrive. So if you have an overdrive pedal, use an overdrive pedal. Remember, I got most of my gain with the amp. I believe Randy Rhoads obviously played with Marshalls, and you have an MXR Plus, I think. He used the MXR Distortion Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was Eddie, but I think Randy Rhoads had an MXR Distortion Plus. I could be wrong, but I'm not using a distortion pedal. I'm using a clean boost because I have so much gain already with the amp. So remember that when configuring your amp. And also, if you don't have EQ, then break out a distortion pedal, because you're going to hear a lot of my crunch come from the EQ settings, and I'll show you that in a minute. Again, play along with this tone once you dial it in with the isolated track on YouTube. It sounds awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what my settings are for the clean boost. There's my drive at 77. My bottom is at 0. My tone is at +5. And my effect level is at 50. I used to know this, but I can't. What's next? There is my noise gate. My noise gate is at 52, which is right in the middle, so you want to go with that. Now here is my EQ. To give you an real quick, without the EQ. Now remember, this is my amp with no EQ. That's why you want to get your gain and your crunch with the EQ. Now some of you may not have an EQ pedal, then by all means get a distortion pedal and you're going to want to turn it up. But most of you do have EQ, so let's go ahead and go with the EQ. Alright, so my low gain on the EQ is at -20, high gain is at +16, and my effect level is at +10. My low mid frequency is at 500, my low mid Q at 16, and my low mid gain is at +6. Now I'm going to turn it on just a second. You already heard it. My high mid frequency is at 4.00, my high mid Q is at 1, and my high mid gain is at +7. And lastly, my low cut is at 50, and my high cut is at flat. Remember, without the EQ? That sounds, no Randy Rhoads there, but want to hear it like flying high again? just know a few of the chords. Alright, now you have chorus. And real fast, let's turn the chorus off. Put the chorus on. It fattens it up and gives it a little bit more fuller sound. That's why I have it, alright? These are my chorus settings. I have, we look really fast. I have mono, stereo 1, and stereo 2. I have this set at stereo 1. So, but a stereo chorus will be fine for you. My rate is at 50, my depth is at 40, and my effect level is at 48. Here you go. You hear that? When you hear the G chord, see how full it sounds? Live. Listen. One more time without the chorus. Let's add the Randy Rhoads chorus. Turn it back on. Alright, and what else? This is my Randy Rhoads delay. I have my Randy, see? The reason for this delay is to match his, what's it called? Doubling effect? I forget the word. But he records twice to double it. I forget the word, but rather than just record over it and dub it, I created a very fast delay. And on and on and on and on. But here you go. To prove my point, listen, without the Randy Rhoads delay. You gotta have the Randy Rhoads delay to make it sound like he's overlaying or layering it. There you go. It sounds like you're playing along with yourself. Alright, so that is my Randy Rhoads delay. Milliseconds is at 180, feedback at 8, high cut at 10, and your effect level at 85. Now for this, by all means, play with your delay. You may want a longer delay or a shorter delay. But if you can, as a reference, go ahead and look up the Flying High Again isolated guitar track on YouTube. It's there. You'll hear it. Obviously, he's over-tracking it. But when you jam along with it, it sounds identical. I love it. Alright, so that is my delay that I was able to recreate as close as I could to Randy Rhoads. Alright, and lastly, my reverb. You may have a gazillion type of reverbs. I only have 4 to choose from. I have ambient, room, hall, and plate. That's all I have. You may have a whole bunch, some play with the reverb. You may come up with a better reverb, alright? That's what I mean by lock what I have in and then make it better. Alright, my reverb type, I have room. My reverb time at 1.7. My high cut at 2.00. And my effect level for this tone is at 60. And on and on and on. Alright, so that is it. That is my Randy Rhoads guitar tone, Flying High Again from Diary of Madman from 1981. I just happen to call it Flying High. or Randy Flying 82. I should change it to 81. But Randy Live 81 was from the tribute album, which came out in 81, or the recording was. But the Diary of a Madman, I believe, was released in 81, so that would be Flying High Again. So now, as a good reference, I encourage all of you to go to YouTube. Obviously, you're on YouTube right now, but just type in Randy Rhoads Flying High Again isolated guitar, and you'll hear how brittle, how trebly, how distorted that tone is, but I love it. And it's just Randy Rhoads. Someone isolated it, and it's just Randy Rhoads with his Marshall or whatever he's using, obviously. But it just sounds so good. And that's where I got my tone. Now, this tone was a work in progress because I wanted to tweak it, make it better, better, better. I'm very happy with it, so whenever I want to play Randy, Diary of a Madman era, and then it goes something like that. I forgot Randy, but I love Randy, right? So if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. Any requests, leave them below. Thanks to everybody who's already subscribed. Welcome to my channel. This is what I do. I give guitar lick lessons, guitar chord progressions, guitar tones, and I do reaction videos. I got a bunch of reaction videos already coming to you, but I think what I'm going to do, though, on those, I'm going to wait till later, and then just bring them on to you. One by one, because I'm getting a lot of requests for guitar tones. I'm having a lot of fun recording and creating guitar tones for all of you. Alright, if I haven't gotten to your requests, please leave them below. Remind me, and if I've forgotten you, I apologize. But for you out there, the Icon Danger, how's it go? Something like that, but it's a much awesome guitar tone, alright? So that guitar tone is coming, the Icon, Danger Calling. Another 2 Randy Rhoads guitar tones are coming. I got a lot more tones coming for you, so if I don't get your request, I'm going to surprise you with those other guitar tones. This Randy Rhoads guitar tone for Flying High Again sounds really good for rhythm. Alright, I'm telling you, thanks for everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video, alright? I'll see you folks real soon. Alright, bye!